I think it's important to remind you, if one may, that this is not an entertainment. It's not a weekend amusement in a nice place. Sorry for the bad weather, but there it is. We're talking about time and what relationship has time to security. Time being tomorrow. Time being the 1,000 tomorrows following each other. Is there security in that tomorrow? We're asking, as what we are now, what is the future of us now?
Why the atlas on my spine, the world spun in the back of my mind. I was down without a back, life is shine, it was shadow time. It passed like a whisper through the vine. Walls built, fortified, hot shots spilt on the side. A hard grind till we all fine, alright? Why applaud the knight who chose to fight? Tension tight, the type you can slice with the tip of a knife. Short-sighted shark bite, I saw the light. House of the dead, honor in his deathbed. We on the edge, the ballerina pirouetted on the ledge. You don't know until it hits you in the head. A crash or a soft touch instead. Before the moment fled, a slight pull of the thread from the ground to the crest. A moment once concealed, now undressed. Zipped like a dress, hips caressed. History remembered as a threat. The insect was stepped on with the instep of the crept. The next step, pain memories dead. The player played, then he wept, Archie Shep. Words flew at his brain through his horn like a bird from the nest. Throwing notes like on that on the set. The plastic sacks crushed the rest. Pay forward, paying for progress. We don't die, we dissect. Poetic dancer, eyes crept. The picture in my mind is still wet.
You're not supposed to go in there going, love is rock. I mean, that's not what it's about. You're using a heavy, earthbound, time-bound thing to make us see something that is not earthbound. We have to see the thing that's not there. So in a poem, it's not about the words, it's not about cutting all of the words, shaking up in a jar, and spilling on the floor and say, wow, I found a poem. That's not interesting to me. Do we hear the law?
I got inertia, not nerves. I'm trying to see the promised land before I lie in dirt. The moon and the sun were seen sitting on the curb. Decided wheels are gonna turn. A tourniquet applied by the nurse. Cut it off to be terse. With death you might flirt, a devilish smirk. In the electric moment I felt the surge. Questions burn. Questions burn. Can the Western illness ever be cured? Can the desperate feeling really be gone for good with no return? Roofs turned, route down, eyes on the ground. Pick 'em up and listen to the sound that's coming from your crown. The flavor's what I'm fond of. Answers force new ones and questions burn on the bottom. To get there's a slalom. You see where I lie on the line, I playing possum. I'll level with the blossoms. With lost suns, some solemn I saw 'em. Too solid to crash the lighted path with Mike Midas grasp. Breath delicate as skeleton bones. I might go and tell you everything I know. When words aren't swallowed whole, the truth bellows. Wish I could rip chains soft as Velcro. Now who's hollow? My blank face lay awake. We could take turns placing stakes on a crane. Dig here, pick it up and let it rain. Who's fake? Matter of fact, fuck grade. I wanna be the one that helps you lift up all of your pain. Release a shoulder strain. I've seen the brain pull you every way. It's a long shot, but in the grand scheme, I'm prone to thinking long range. I know that you're afraid to get frayed. Flick match and light the tip, loose ends could tighten your fate. You can't navigate a dark place with locks on the rib cage. Stick with me and don't get lost. Don't go and let ghosts get across. Don't let them rip you off. Doubts don't perish, especially by natural cause. Natural cause, all that's wrong naturally evolves, fossilizes and turns into moss. Cats cradle the modern collage, the way to life at large. Stick with me and don't get lost. Don't go and let ghosts get across. Don't let them rip you off. Doubts don't perish, especially by natural cause. Stick with me, don't never let ghosts rip you off. Not a single part. When the day is said and done, who you want to become? I want to hold myself up to the portrait I held once. It's no comfort from above. When you come to me, be brave. I know you can't rush trust. Tears of rust, problems that I overdug, they became grave. I pray you unplug your heart from the mud and come reside with the sun. Was way back worth the rewind. I steal words from the ground and play them where they lie. Midnight oil burns in the sky. He who is a visionary thinks with his eye, talks with his mind. I was taught to lift everyone who's down and make sure everyone is fine, even on my own dime. It's a toss-up between healing and the everlasting value of time. I find the more you wait around on the ground, the sharper the incline. When you find you no longer aspire to climb, you gotta walk through lava steps to get to the other side. Before the fire was set, I said what was flying in my head the whole time.
You were wrong. You were wrong. You cannot be right all the time. You understand?
I'm down here, can you hear me out from up there? In a world of waste, let no extra space ever be spared. It's negative loops to contend with. Hang on tight to your intentions. It was too many times that life felt just like a glitch, a technological itch. You gotta fit in where you can, fuck exact position. Not every wiring cord of your motherboard come with coordinates. What I found in the foreground when I was down in the south was only grout. Me and the ground are like airtight. I don't care to fight 300 of my worst thoughts in one night. With no more left to flesh out, I gotta get my soul right. What's a bad miracle? Can you trace it and leave it in chalk and walk away after the chase with no hysteria? What's a bad miracle? A bad miracle. Yo, I feel like a character in a Guernica. Grayscale parameters, gracefully carrying your lanterns to my interior barriers. The sky's gray in this greater area. The blueprint doesn't come with any hammers. You gotta fight for the light with heavy armor. Vocational call marked out by karma. Divine climbs on the wall with time I regard as proving that no form is ever final. I got scratches on my cranium, my arc shape is spinal. I'll shake your shoulders and tell you straight up until you spiral. You gotta break down before you can never go and truly touch that motherfucking throttle. What's a bad miracle? Can you trace it and leave it in chalk and walk away after the chase with no hysteria? What's a bad miracle? A bad miracle. Yo, yo. Before the greatest era there was trial. Life gave me apples and I bit them until they were hollow. The first ever canvas coat in this cold world was primal. In the cave bumping the kind of blue vinyl. That fool was probably like, yo, let me get my shit off before they find me. He backed out of the cave slowly and calmly. Backed out with just his body. Back outside before he realized it's just what it cost him. A new shade of Wallberry blue, off-white bone. He went totally tonal with it. Good God, I promise you don't gotta visit. Save yourself from every savior commission. I represent the law outside of all physics. I sit above systems and listen. I always ride along with my ghosts whenever they go graveyard shifting. Who can even know where I float when I go missing? What's a bad miracle? Can you trace it and leave it in chalk and walk away after the chase with no hysteria? What's a bad miracle? A bad miracle. What I know and what I don't are both infinite.
Interest only. Sunday morning.
Yo, midnight gospel. I watch my own spirit get pulled. Lay candles, lay topless, they once were full. Some night skies no longer sparkle. Long live the light inside you. Death to desire, the power I pine for is higher. Still moments of distilled in silence and told on fire. If I open my eyes tomorrow and I'm not me, please picture me something more dire. It's fade up to the sway of the world or down to the wire. Time flies when you're slowly dying. Good on you if you're still playing, keeping score, even trying. Who fans the flames and who's warmed by them? You gotta rise to size up the horizon. Heat rose from the water and went flying. Natural goodbyes, we're all born with eyes open and shining. To reside on the borderline of signs and science. What's empirical, but you can't see through. I'm prone to building my own mausoleums for my death route. Pyramids when I'm in need of room. I make what was ancient feel new. No time spent together is too minute. Precious gems and shiny loot. Look at me like the light side of the moon. I could pass on all of that passe gladly. Don't go back to the black and white hues. We almost got marooned by the blues. I don't paint, I make ink pay. Respect for my gradient is due. These other rappers string you along with unraveling floss like pulling a tooth. In every psalm I'm longing to bend and move. Peace and everlasting love to my muse. My shorthand belongs in the Louvre. When I crack off of the pack I break off smooth. Fear, birth from dirt, that extraordinary jewel. Flowers are born and bloom. Growth gotta hurt before the boom. Eternally dead and driven by living. Whatever you do, don't choose. I cut through the path of the tube. I hope the trace I leave is evident. You're gonna feel what my fingers left in print. All this braille is barely buried. I don't hide my hieroglyphs. This is high as it gets. My wingspan is a blimp. Last night I sat on a satellite counting ships. The ground shifts under you swift if you don't muster the sense. Don't let the world develop frost on your chest. Keep in alliance with your breath. No joke, I took a peek and reached 1,000 leagues down. Ditched all sail, kissed the ground. This is high as it gets. I smell smoke all around. My wingspan is a blimp, far removed from the ground. Last night I sat on a satellite counting ships out. The crack in the earth's ground is one large slip of the mouth. Laugh out loud, the ground shifts. I hope the clock when it spits out. No joke, the ground shifts under the swift. This is high as it gets.
Okay? Thank you. To this case is to preserve the money. The most difficult thing for this one.
Yo. Still morning, sky still yawning. Doors are closed on their own, always haunted. Yo, who could really lock you in if you're being honest? I trail off at the cost of getting lost. Not born again, but I've been headed tone to restart. The arc archaeologist makes his mark. You see the effect of the cosmic. Every star chokes on its own smoke and gets tarnished. Though I love my thumbs, rub the varnish. You never get fully compensated for what you accomplish. I got no regard for hypothetical prospects. Check how the higher power connects. My new mode is codified. You could only get inside if you sit in the vibe. Ball to be vibes, don't crack the glass eye. Can't let sleeping dogs lie for buried bones. Waves and droves of launch pain drones. Overcome by the biggest the wind blows. Every worst case got its clone. Keep close to light dogs, not necessarily the enemy. Keep plenty of tones. I'll take what I can give out my ribs and make it live. Something to stick with until it dips in the wind. Hey yo, the pain the brain retains is no more than 7 pounds of hypnosis. Higher power makes mental notes stick. I'm writing future myths. Gravity to Atlas attached. At times when the sky's black, my flashlights snap. Eyes adjust to the highest map. A cup of karma from the last straw. Hop off my back. A handful of sand lands flat. Windless, the thought of more heat gives me shivers. I was there when the plates shifted. Adam and Eve kissed and the devil enlisted. Apple glistened. Not a second passed before the snakes started snitching. Not a minute. 1,000 years is but an instant. I'm dying to dig up a difference. Lift up and sift through the bad business. Who's omniscient but goes missing? Who causes the most collision? Fire from friction, it's blood from a stone. Who matches the description? Crickets, it's unwise to act surprised.
I hope you're following all this.
Lost as the wind was. Ghillie suit where it's hilly. You gon' have to pick me up before the flood. What you making moss for? Today I hit my first bullseye on the dartboard. Fall down, splash, dark, warm, propped up, sun pulled and torn. It doesn't really glow anymore. Happiest when I eat to the apple core. I gotta hand it to you, I got eyes behind me. I'm going to see the past today. I'm waiting for it, I'm waiting for it all. I'm waiting for it all to be over, balance and composure. I'm waiting for it, I'm waiting for it all. I'm waiting for it all to be over, balance and composure.
Pick a color. B-L-U-E. Pick a number. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pick one more number. 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Pick another number. 6. Dream is destiny.
Until I'm dirt and rocks in a big box, I'ma clean up shop before I kick the bucket and tie the widest knots. Unified by the whys and the why nots. My fires disguised as raindrops. Leave a song washed, just watch how the gong gets rocked. I used to rock the Reeboks, CB94s laced to the top. The Carmine landmines, when I bounce you get shocked. After class I vowed 200 shots. T-Mac from the corner, arenas from the 3 spot. Turn around after the pop, the buzzer goes. Didn't need a crowd, didn't need a park. Didn't stop until it was dark. When the faraway dogs bark was my alarm clock. With those days gone, I do alright now, but back then there were no flaws. The only thing that loomed over heads were the fly balls. Was the wisdom that kept me from getting wise cross. No cross over my chest and my heart. I'll cross you up from the bench to the parking lot. That's on my heart, some shit is just on the cards. When it's hot, some run and some stall. I don't feed fires, I'm the marshal you call. No marching in the war, backs against walls. Can't slip out the back door. The battle spark transformed the way that we walk. It was memories etched in chalk in the rainstorm that time brought. Erased but never locked. You know how God is in the fog. You know the stars log who we are, you can't cut them off. That's how it falls, you stay tethered no matter how hard you maul. Or sharp your sword, I'ma lift the head that drops and give it a plot. I only jot what I seek, peace what I sought. One hand in the sky, one finger for a fuck you. I got unlimited time. What dies and what rises? Rose petal eyelids, I hope they confiscate my findings. They'll find him old, broken, decayed, but smiling childish. One hand in the sky, one finger for a fuck you. I got unlimited time. What dies and what rises? Rose petal eyelids, I hope they confiscate my findings. They'll find he was old, broken, decayed, but smiling childish.
I hear you cry at night. Do you dream about them?
Yo, I feel like I can see more after every wink, but I got the rest of my life, the better dice, and many nights before death bites left to overthink. Man-made connections of cold metal clinks, industrial shrinks, ask me anything. Nature makes insane chains, I'm never pressed to follow dead links. Tie it down to my 2 shoestrings. When it's all boiled down and burnt to the ground, this is the turnout for the turmoil turnaround. In REM reminisce, I felt pain to the downs and faced wrestling fits. Rest relies where your head sit. When I'm awake, my neck's craned to the heavens. Don't sleep through the signals, there's always something morbid sitting on a skull. Does doubt ever die? I look around at the night sky and I spy the vigils. My greatest wonder is what's there if you look far enough up vertical. Universal versus the personal, the earth got pulled. Clouds by sun get punctured, eyes filled by golden slumber. Knowing simply I'm not set in stone, I sleep like a sculpture.
And let me state here that many of our difficult problems of physical life are worked out in sleep. The old axiom, "I will go to sleep on it," has a greater significance than is generally attributed to it. For sleep and dreams have more to do in shaping your lives than you have any idea of. You can go to school and sleep and study anything you are studying in physical life and make marvelous progress. This requires much training, however. Keeping the mind free from evil thoughts is most essential to enable the sincere investigator to enter the larger state of consciousness. for the thoughts of our waking state have a more or less effect on the ego during sleep.
Fuck you! Fuck you, Fletcher! Fuck you! Get off the fuck! Piece of shit!
Mine's the most precious. Back in the dark, I was mining for gold messages, long pen sessions and loaded lessons, digging old plots for new relics. You can't live with indefinites, for some silence is deafening. Who takes care of the one who takes care of those thrown off at ledges? Sometimes I can't catch it. Let's get every elephant in the room vetted. The compass in my core might lose direction, I'll be the first to admit it. I can't push away the magnetic pen, a pressure point pressing, my weather vane pressure. Why does shit go left? Why am I right mind when I side with beats out of my chest? Everything I'm not in a swift gust, it was every bone that I fell with. On the one hand, I manage like I'm ambidextrous, on the other I'm restless. Old ghosts I slept with crept past electrical fences, opted for entrances, skipped exits. To my neck with the next shit. In this neck of the woods, watch where you headed. Heed those who incredible words, potential action is kinetic. Ambient areas used to inspect with. You can't pull me down, you can't lessen my leverage. From where I stand, advantage is heaven. The bird's first breath in the nest, brothers abreast. Every quest begins with a question. Million miles stand face resting. Place doesn't matter, it only matters that you end it. Mask on me, mass exodus, mad deflective. I had a penchant for death that was gut-wrenching. Screwed too tight and kept mad tension. Some ships passing the night and leave no vestige. I venture to heal ears and heads that revolve gently. Let lightly, plenty, reduce the weight of the world to a penny. Silent moon, got it move smooth as electric. All of life was a lesson. This globe's not my center, Sunmundi Āthmaan.
Listen quietly, silently, not being mesmerized, but listen to it quietly, deeply. Then you see, without any effort, fear has no place at all.
God, I'm listening. Oh my God, I'm listening to my gods. You know I'm listening. Oh my God, I'm listening. Oh my God, I'm listening to the fog. You know, put the X-ray on my body so you can scan me with supervision. Full swing now, put your back in it. Watch how I fidget. My undivided attention goes to all things rhythmic. I don't have to rhyme, I just have a habit of battling with jagged lines. Piece to battered minds, it gets better. It's all held together by greater design. I'ma need to be convinced otherwise, but I'm listening. Oh my God, I'm listening. Oh my God, I'm listening to the fog. You know I'm listening. Oh my God, I'm listening. Oh my God, I'm listening to my gods. You know I'm listening to the main waves, water glistening, we wade. You can bleed if you need to, just don't ever do it in vain. Hand on your heart, don't lie to me when I can feel it pulsate. Earth rotates, I cut the sun in half and let it braze in my brain. Been through many cycles of queens and kings, just enough to see how not to behave. It seems every time I go out on a limb it breaks. Everyone's got a limit. It was the gift the great patience I was gave. But I bend, I move, I change. Surgical mask, medical grade. In a 2-year days, society will fade. But you and I don't have to go out that way. We don't have to go astray. Sometimes even to this day I melt when heat's felt. You can see I'm made out of clay. Thinking through the thorns, no one grows straight. Alone time spent laying prostrate. Postulate long on all I just can't take. All the damn breaks. This is something too stunning to be man-made. This is something too stunning to be man-made. Man, listen, I'm listening. Oh my God, I'm listening. Oh my God, I'm listening to. Oh my gods, you know I made mistakes up to my waist. My shoulders can't bear it. Some days I wanna go back to zero, but that just won't tear it. I know you'll dread to hear it, but I'm near it. It's under the surface of every experience, like an ice sheet on a bright day. My mother used to pray to St. Anthony so that things lost be found. Even when I'm alone with myself, I feel lost in a crowd. From now until my voice drown, I vow to hold it down. Say Holden, don't you wait around. Say Scout, take me out. I was taught to trace where good and evil sprout before I could even count. Shoot for the clouds, is it my time to be let out now? Oh, I'm listening. Oh my God, I'm listening. Oh my God, I'm listening to. Oh my God, you know I'm listening. Oh my God, I'm listening. Oh my God, I'm listening to my gods. You know I'm listening.